I recently got some feedback about the first couple episodes of DTV, and there's a couple changes I can make. But it also made me think about how we take feedback. So, buckle up, welcome back to DTV. So I'm having beers with two good friends of mine, and the talk turns to DTV. And they gave me some great compliments, but they both lodged the same complaint. They said, there's not enough me in these videos. That the education is great, but that I'm not giving enough of my personal perspective, that special sauce that makes D-Fish. And I'm not really sure what that means, but we're going to figure that out together. So starting today, I'm going to try to put a little bit more of D in DTV. It also made me think about how we receive feedback and how we choose to use that feedback or not use that feedback. And so here are 3 ideas that I think you can use to make sure that when somebody gives you feedback, you use it to actually grow as a person. I think the first thing you should do is ask yourself, who is giving me this feedback? Do they have your best interest at heart? Are they knowledgeable about the area that they're giving you feedback in? Are they doing it compassionately? Do they want what's best for you? Because not all feedback is created equal. Just because somebody's giving it to you doesn't mean that you have to use that feedback. And in the case of the feedback that I was given by my friends, these are people that have known me for over a decade. One's a super smart lawyer. One is actually a professional video editor. Yeah, these are people that A, have my back, and B, know what they're talking about. So if I'm smart, I'm going to listen to what they tell me. The second thing you need to do when you get feedback is pause. Because what's going to happen is your ego is going to get involved. It's going to be defensive. I've met almost nobody who can just take feedback without that defensive reaction. The trick is to learn how to recognize the moment you get defensive and then pause. I don't remember where I heard this, but there's an actor who once gave a great cycle for using feedback. He talked about 3 steps. When you first get feedback, the first thing you think is, F you. The second thing you think is, well, I suck. And then the third thing you do is find yourself open to actually receiving the feedback. Don't get trapped in that first part, the F you, I'm not going to listen to you. Learn when you're getting defensive. Learn to pause your brain and actually ruminate on it. And then we get to the third thing I'm going to suggest when you get feedback, which may sound super obvious, but I'm blown away by how few people actually do it. Take action. Do something based on that feedback. That doesn't mean you have to change your entire life, but look at some way that you can take an action, any action based on that feedback if you think it's warranted, if you think that there's some validity to the feedback. If you're messy, try to, clean up for the next week after yourself. If you're not very clear in your emails and should, spell check a little more, make sure you do that for the next 5, but do something, take some small action based on that feedback, because then you can actually start getting better. So I'm going to use the feedback that I'm getting to try to improve these videos over time. And in fact, if you want to join in on that process, feel free to throw your feedback into the comments below. And if you want to join me on this adventure, hit the subscribe button. Should be right there. All right. It'll make sure that you keep getting these videos, and it'll give me a little hit of validation. Makes me feel good. And I'll see you next time on DTV.